pressed so hard on Twitter for it.
Oh, jeez.
But I'm like, what's wrong with my hair? I don't know.
Okay, we are live.
Okay.
So, why don't we get into the main topic? Tonight's main topic is what everybody's been talking about. So, there is a recent ruling for the OIC. Tonight, we have Tracey Wilson from the CCFR, or the Canadian Coalitions for Firearms Rights. She's our lobbyist as well. She's going to give us an update on what the ruling was and also what we can expect in the future. So, welcome, Tracey.
Hey guys, thanks for the opportunity and thanks for following along. I was just sharing the live the stream on my wall as well, so we can get everybody tuned in and watching. So those of you who have been watching have found out that yes, we did lose our federal court challenge against the OIC in the opinion of Justice Kane. So of course, this is not the decision that we were hoping for or expecting. It was a little shocking. We have had our legal team poring over it over the last 24 hours, and it does look like there's opportunity to appeal it. And there's some decisions that got to be made around that. But I, for one, am, and Rod agrees with me that we didn't come this far to only come this far. So that is the decision of one federal court justice, and yeah, I think it would be a great thing to bring before the appeals court, and keep fighting these people because we're not prepared to give up or give in at this point.
Okay. So, can you give us a little bit of a what was the justice's decision specifically? Like, what reasoning did she give? I
Okay,
know
so
it's
here's the funny thing. We were actually, I'll take these glasses off because you're getting a funny glare. The funny thing is, we were actually talking earlier about this. And if you read her decision, she's like, well, the applicant CCFR says this, and the ACG, or the AGC, Attorney General of Canada, says this. And I side with the Attorney General, but doesn't actually give that in-depth legal opinion. Like we were expecting that to be hundreds of pages longer, and there wasn't a whole lot behind the decision. So I think it's that kind of gives an opportunity to find error in that decision because she doesn't really lay out her reasons. She basically outlines both sides of the argument and then says who she sides with, which over and over again is the government. So yeah, pretty unsatisfying, the fact that it took 7 months of waiting since that 8-day hearing in Ottawa to just get that opinion. Like, I'm not sure what took 7 months to come up with there, but
She
yeah.
needed to write no 5 different ways.
sorry.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Yeah, so we were of course hoping for the best but preparing for the worst. So it's not overly shocking. I personally was a little shocked. I had better hope from sitting through the hearing in Ottawa, but at the same time, we're just going to keep going. We promised gun owners we do everything we could and explore every avenue, and we meant it. So we're going to keep going.
Yeah, that's what we have to do.
Yes.
So, all right, amnesty is in effect until October 2025, October 30th.
Yes.
So, with the ruling itself, what does that mean? We can still keep our guns right now? Well, the government has
their alternative.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are guns so dangerous that they must be banned, but you're forced to keep them for 5.5 years. So, yeah, that's the way this government works. So, even if you decided, you know what, I give up, I give in, I'd rather just go get something else that I'm able to use. You get, you could go buy a new gun, but there is no program to dispose of your currently banned firearms. So, yeah, so just keep them locked away as they have been safely since May of 2020. And at the end of the day, if we're not able to find like a judicial solution to this problem, I think before that, we will probably have a political one, which would be an election.
Which would be awesome.
Yes.
According to the polls right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. Any more information? I know that there's some stuff that's going on tomorrow with the CCFR. You want to tell us how the CCFR is trying to help gun owners here in Canada?
Yeah, well, that's why I'm not in my usual nice studio. It's because I am in downtown Ottawa, locked up in the secret war room. Just kidding. We're actually in a hotel. But I'm here with Rod Giltaca, and tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, he'll be testifying before a Senate committee on public safety against C-21, which of course enshrines the handgun freeze into law, basically banning handguns. And then at 1 o'clock, we'll hold a parliamentary press conference in West Block, where we'll kind of put our official opposition to C-21, as well as some commentary about the federal court decision on the record and answer questions from media. And yeah, so that's what we're going to do. Rod, you going to come say hi to the nice people? We're live. Yeah.
Come
we
say
know
hi
any
to the
nice
nice people. Hey, Rod.
Hey,
Thanks
Rod.
for joining us tonight. Thanks for representing us tomorrow as well. Any words of wisdom or anything that you'd like to say to our listeners, but also Canadian gun owners about what we can do to help support the CCFR?
Well, you just can't give up fighting these people, because I made a video after we got our ruling, because that's very disappointing, right? And we put a lot of effort and time and money into it. And really your choice is, we can just stop, let them run right over us, or we can just keep fighting them every way that we possibly can. So it looks like we're going to appeal the decision, and we're going to show up at the Senate, and we're going to do a press conference while we're here. We're just going to keep on going and never let these people rest. And we're not going to go quietly into the night.
So
No.
curling up and dying is not an option.
No.
Oh, hell no.
Excellent.
No,
Excellent.
not for the CCFR anyways.
That's kind of what I think that's what they're kind of hoping that we'll do. Make it as difficult as
Yeah.
possible, and people will say enough is enough. I just give up. And
Yeah, well, I mean, I could understand why, right? No
Mhm.
other group has been able to put forward the amount of money, the amount of effort, and the amount of work and projects that we have. And I think they must think these people must soon be at their end. But oh hell no, we're growing bigger and bigger every day, and the spark is still alive to keep kicking these people in the face until we get to use all our guns.
it's the only thing that we can do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. Little bit about, so C-21 is currently being Senate.
Yes.
Thoughts on that one? How long?
Ron just slid out of the picture.
I got to finish.
Irish goodbye.
Yeah, that's fine. But
Yeah.
so it's currently in the Senate.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
right now it's in Senate. It's being studied by the committee. They're bringing in all kinds of expert witnesses. Last week was a great week. We had all kinds of, I don't want to say pro-gun, but pro-truth people to come and testify against C-21. Of course, today was Police de Souviens. Yesterday or the day before, I called it like the marathon of anti-gunners. I think it was 5 hours, 5 panels, all the anti-gunners you can handle. It was crazy. So yeah, this has been a very rough week, but
Yeah.
as you can see, we're just, there's nothing you can do that would make us stop. So we're just going to keep going. Tomorrow, Rod will be on a panel with the CSAAA and another gun group. So we'll see what they have to say. But yeah, he's on at 10 o'clock. So if you're able to watch, you can catch it on the Senate committee. If you just Google SECD, which is the committee. If you're not able to watch it because you're at work, and most of us have to work because that's what we do, don't worry about it. We will have it out on our YouTube channel probably pretty quickly after it happens, and of course on all our socials. So
Are you going to be tweeting live? It's no longer called. Is it still called tweet?
Xing live sounds
live
weird.
Xing? That sounds so weird. It sounds
Yeah, live Xing doesn't sound right.
no.
Last time you were live tweeting.
Pornhub.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tweet from there. I haven't really been live tweeting the meetings because, first of all, we're so busy working.
Yeah, no.
That I don't have 2 hours or 5 hours to sit and actually listen and tweet it as it's happening. Brandon, our socials guy, does an amazing job of putting up, what do you call it? The way he puts the videos up with all the
trailers.
Yeah, the trailers, but
reels.
then he did
Chapters.
the like chapters on, okay, if here's Najma Ahmed, here's Alan Drummond.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like he separates it so you can really go and watch which parts are important.
That's why I wait for the CCFR recaps, honestly.
Yeah, like
I don't have
it's
time
really
for
the best way to watch it. It's better to watch it that way than to watch it live, to be honest.
Yeah.
And so I haven't really been live tweeting Senate committee just because we are so flippin' busy right now with everything else going on. We just moved our online store and brought it in house. That was a huge job. It reopened today, actually.
Saw that.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of new products there. There's a
New
cool hockey jersey style hoodie, really cool. A pair of cell phone leggings for the ladies, which I love.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we've just, between everything else going on in this court challenge and whatnot, I definitely don't have 5 hours to sit in front of a screen. That's just,
Yeah,
I just don't have the luxury that I used to have. We're just way too busy. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
But, yeah.
So how can we support the CCFR so that they can support us? What's the easiest ways?
Well, there's a bunch of ways. If you're able, and I mean, if you're not, these are tough economic times under this liberal regime. So it's understandable. But if you're able, becoming a member of the CCFR at ccfr.ca is the very best way. Of course, you can donate there as well if you've got it to spare. If not, there's a bunch of other things you can do. You can go and share our content. That's incredibly important.
Yeah.
We're on all the social channels. We've got tons of video content on YouTube. It's all there for you and it's free. It costs nothing to share it or send it to your contacts, but that's super important. And then thirdly, go buy some of that new swag. It looks awesome. So
Awesome.
Yeah, and it helps us a little more now than it used to. That's why we brought the store in-house. So, it helps us a little more. We're kind of losing a bit on that. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you recently said? Okay, here's a list of all your senators. Go and email them. Are we still doing that? Do you still recommend doing that?
Yeah, I mean, you can reach out to them. I know they're complaining about it in Senate committee today. Senator Steve was complaining that, he keeps hearing from all these supporters of the gun lobby about C-21 and how much it sucks. So if you email anyone at all, make sure it's Stan Kutcher. That's what I would recommend.
That's funny. Complaining that he's hearing from people. I'm like, oh no, those people aren't supposed to write me. They're supposed to just roll over and die.
Like we're the primary stakeholders. I would hope.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. If your constituents are emailing you about something, that means they've got they're passionate about something. If your constituents don't email you or phone you or message you about something, that's fine. But if they're emailing, calling, whatever, that means that you have to pay attention and listen.
Yeah, that's right. And if you're silent and you don't shout your opposition from the rooftops, then
you're supporting it.
You're supporting it. So yeah. If nothing else, write as many senators as you can. Excuse me. And you could even tweet them or X them or Facebook them and tag them in a post. That helps as well. Okay. But yes, we should be writing to them. Will it stop the bill? Probably not.
No, but
we need to be very loud and in our opposition to C-21.
Right. Yeah. Very loud, very proud. Post pictures on Facebook, on our social media about us enjoying our sports. Go and attend a range day. Maybe come out on June this next year, June 4th?
I think it's June 1st. I think the first Saturday in June this year is the 1st.
Is the 1st? Okay. Go and do that. Be loud and proud.
NationalRangeDay.ca.
Bring kids to the range. Bring family, friends, everybody to the range. And also vote.
Yeah.
Vote, yes.
Vote accordingly.
Vote like your life depends on it.
Right.
Yes. Before it gets to Alberta.
So huge
right, guys, we're going to get back to work here because we've got a lot of work to do for tomorrow, but I appreciate your time and support. And we'll see you again soon.
Well, thank you very
Tracy.
much. Good luck tomorrow.
And Rod.
Good luck.
Rod.
You'll rock it.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on. Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.
Fabulous.
Am I hosting today?
Sure,
I
why
think
not?
so.
We get J-Mac went straight into, can I get a recommendation for a red dot? Okay. Okay.
Are we streaming on Facebook right now, by the way?
Or
And YouTube.
YouTube
Yeah.
as
I
well.
can't see it. It just keeps saying the video should start soon for me on
Yeah.
Facebook. I don't know.
Huh.
I can't get in, so I can't talk with people.
Okay,
So I'm
let's
sad.
get started.
I'm alone.
Hello and welcome to Slamfire Radio. This is episode 530 for November 1st, 2023. I'm one of your hosts, Adriel.
I'm another one of your
Yeah, but
hosts,
I
Kelly.
had the
I
notes
just
up
took
there on
over
another
because
tab.
It's yes. I'm
I'm
just
another one of your hosts, Kelly.
And I'm Kyle.
I'm Mo.
and I'm Dave.
There we go. That's what we needed.
There you go. Yeah.
Just to round
I'm
it
looking
out.
much better today. I'm happy with that.
I like your haircut.
Your microphone sounds awful though.
Yeah.
It's just like it keeps
Yeah.
breaking
Sound
up.
sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because people are like, you got a Bluetooth headset. That's awesome. And I'm all the time going, why won't
No.
this work? Why isn't it connecting?
No,
But
Bluetooth
my
is the
headset
devil.
died,
That's-
so you got Bluetooth now on my tower. So
It's not that it sounds, it's like breaking up. It's like
Yeah.
your voice is like breaking up. Anyways,
Wow.
we'll
what we got
we'll
today,
get off
my other
of-
headset's dead. So
I'm
yeah.
gonna mute you until you find another headset.
literally don't have one.
Let's get into what we did with guns this week. Al, do you want to start us off?
Sure. So yesterday I was out at the range. I kind of was able to take half day off, and the local county sheriffs were doing a little event where they were doing some training, shooting a few stages and whatnot. So I was actually able to join them. So I went there and shot with them, and it was great. There was a couple stages with dummy drags, which I could have done without, but yeah, just a reminder I need to hit the gym and get fit. And yeah, so there was, and running a sling with the rifle, which I don't do often. So yeah, that took a little bit getting used to. It wasn't out on the second stage. It wasn't too bad. The first stage was just getting used to having the sling there. And then we had some vehicle work. I just get out of the vehicle, shoot, move to the other side of the vehicle, shoot. And yeah, overall, good day. It was funny because the guy who set it up, he's our club president and works for the sheriff office. And he just wanted them to see that they need some practice, which I think actually it sounded like there was a few of them that were really interested in the action shooting. Might see them out for regular matches.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. And one of the stages we actually did the El Presidente, the USPSA classifier. And I really hope that we end up uploading them because I was very surprised. I shot it and I felt good. Little sloppier on the shots, but I nailed the reload and it was good cadence. And turns out I ended up shooting at like mid B. So I was pretty happy with that. It's probably my best score on a classifier to date.
That's good.
Yeah. And yeah, today they didn't shoot, but then tomorrow will be another group going and I get to join them for that tomorrow as well.
Awesome.
So it's supposed to be the same stages, so hopefully I'll do a little bit better.
Very nice.
And then buddy at work had just ordered a shotgun in. It's a built shotgun from what was it? Langdon Tactical, Beretta 1301. So they sell this tactical 1301. It's got Magpul furniture on it. And he gave it to me to shoot because he can't get target load to run in it. So tomorrow when I'm at the range, after I'm done with the sheriffs, I'm going to shoot it because, yeah, it's a gas gun. It should pretty much eat anything.
Yeah, it should.
So, but overall, actually, pretty cool build. Like they put Magpul furniture on it. Well, no, not Magpul. They put a Magpul buttstock on it with a Zukov adapter, which is rather interesting. But
Wait, a Zukov adapter on it. What?
GG and G made this adapter. So it adapts to the butt stock. And because on a Beretta, the recoil spring is in your handguard, unlike the M2 where you need that that slot in the butt stock to retain your recoil spring, they're able to get a Magpul stock with the Zukov attachment and mount a Magpul stock on a Beretta 1301. But it does add probably 3/4 of an inch to your length of pull. So that, at first I was kind of wondering why they put a spacer there, but then after doing a little bit of reading, realizing that it was for the Zukov adapter, then it made sense. Yeah. And then they got GG&G handguard. Overall, not bad. There are some things I dislike. Like I actually don't like the handguard just for this, for right at where it meets the receiver, because that's not solid. So. And that comes because they did not open the load port at all. They didn't touch the load port. So we were talking, and I might end up doing a port opening, doing a port job on this, but I won't be able to do like my standard port job because, I mean, with that huge ledge there from that handguard, and if I cut that, it's just going to make it look ugly. So we're going to have to come up with something unique just to have easier loading, but still have it look good. But of course, that's going to come after I figure out why it won't shoot target load.
How many rounds has it had through it?
Not many.
That's probably why.
That's what I was thinking, but I mean, we'll see. I have a few slugs. I got some target load here. I'll
put a little pep in it and then...
Yeah, I'll run it a little bit and see what's going on. But overall, well, I'll see after I shoot it, because they do a trigger job on it, which is interesting. Like, I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, like I said, some good, some questionable, we'll say.
Do a video. We want to see a reel.
I will see if I can work that out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And... yeah, other than that, yeah, tomorrow I'm going to be back out with the sheriff's shooting and then shooting the Beretta.
Okay.
So, Mo, what you get up to?
I didn't have any matches the last 2 weekends. I think I mentioned on the last show I was on that Stittsville was supposed to be a couple weekends ago. That's the range near Ottawa. And it ended up getting canceled because the area was expecting heavy rain. And the match director, Jason, was so great about it because he let us know. He gave us the heads up on Wednesday that it might get canceled. And then he followed up again on Thursday. And then that weekend did pour all weekend. So it would have been pretty miserable and muddy. And so it's probably for the best. I signed up for a match at the RA Center, which is it's actually in Ottawa, downtown Ottawa. I've been there before. And that's an indoor range in the basement of a community center. So that'll be this Sunday. I did my ATT for it because anytime I go from obviously Quebec to Ontario, I have to request one. I did it online, so it's pretty quick. And then I've been doing a little bit of dry fire practice for it because I haven't shot in a while. So it's a bit of rust and stuff. So nothing too crazy. What else did I do? I haven't really been out to the range in a little while either. So the puppy's keeping me busy. So it's keeping me. Yeah. Yay and no, yay and nay, I guess. So yeah, but I'm itching to get shooting this weekend. I can't wait. Yeah, I've been looking. Maybe a topic for a future show, but I've been looking to sell stuff, so I'm trying to figure out if it's best to go through. Have you guys had good luck with Gun Post or versus CGN, or with the other way around?
No sell, only buy.
I'll only buy. Okay.
Yeah, we only sell. What are you? I mean, yeah, we only buy. What are you saying? What are you saying? Sell? You mean you don't keep everything? No.
I sell on CGN.
I've sold
quite a few guns on CGN. It was okay. There's always going to be that guy that's like, it's $1,000. He's like, will you accept 5? Yeah. See, I don't have patience for that. I don't have patience for.
Don't answer him. But like CGN's the better one because it's got a trader rating and
Town
Yeah.
Post hasn't been too bad for me.
Town
And
Post?
that gets you more local than too.
Okay.
that's
Oh,
mostly
interesting.
Alberta though for local.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gun
is it
Post-
really? Okay.
Town Post
well,
will be all over. Town Post is great for prices though. Holy.
Mike says XRO auctions in Saskatoon. Let the market decide. Okay.
But then they get a cut. So
Get a
Yeah.
set a reserve just below your asking price.
Yeah, but I
Just
just
used doing those.
I don't have a patience for low ballers though. Like Dave said, would you take $5 for it? Like no, I will not.
no, I just ignore those. I just automatically.
What's the lowest you'll go?
Yeah,
Yeah.
something above free.
It's $100. What's the lowest you'll go? $100. Thank you.
101 because you're an idiot.
For you? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's it. And then I've been keeping an eye on the 9mm factory ammo too to see who's got the prices coming down and stuff because it seems like it's starting to tip to a little bit cheaper. So
Mhm.
Yeah, I
And
saw
they
some
had-
okay deals on 5.56 the other day. It was like
yeah,
$6.
that too.
bucks. I'm
That
like,
too.
Mhm.
So
Let's see what happens.
Makes
Yeah.
me sad that's a deal, but that's our reality.
yeah, no, it is. It is. How about you, Kelly?
I was at the range this past weekend. We did the FRPC orientation days for our new club members. So I was out there. I was on the rifle range and got through a whole bunch of people. It's good to see some familiar faces that came through. And then it was also good to, chat with the other RSOs and the other people from. It was really good to see people. I haven't seen some people in a long time. So we were talking about doing a couple more matches, the turkey shoot that's coming up, and just getting together, hang out because we haven't done a lot of that recently. I also got my notification for IPSC Ontario, and I forgot to renew it, so I really have
Oh,
to do
dear.
that before the end of the month. Because
Speaking of that, Kelly, are you going to
Mhm.
shoot the match at Frontenac at the beginning of?
December
Yeah.
turkey shoot's the next day too, so I kind of committed to doing that. Well, at least the turkey shoot, but I think I'll do the match too.
Okay.
Are you coming?
Maybe.
It's indoor.
It's a bit of a drive, but maybe.
Hmm.
Maybe.
Yeah.
If Kelly's coming, are you going?
I could be persuaded. Yes.
So that's it. That's it for me. What about you, Adriel?
I was just playing around with some of the dummies that I made the other week. I followed. We had a guest on to talk about making dummy ammo for movies. The name's escaping me for a
Dustin?
second. Dustin, thank you,
Yeah.
thank you, Kelly. Yes,
The other
and
Kelly.
he was mentioning putting shot like ball bearings in the.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
cases.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, there's like a 6.5, there's a 270, there's
Oh,
a 38. A little bit duller because that's got a lead bullet in it.
Christmas
9mm.
ornaments. Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Macarinas.
I was making those for the PAL instructor course. Oh, I got my number. I got my instructor number. So it's time to start ordering kits and
You're legit.
scheduling some of those things.
Nice.
Certified by some people. Yep.
Mhm.
Experts have certified me.
Nice.
I applied to that twice and I was declined both times, but they declined to tell me why I was declined, so I have no idea. So I may reapply and see if I can get in again.
Probably looked at your social media and they're like, no way.
Have you been promoting hate speech, Dave?
Hard no.
Oh, probably. That's weird though. When they decline you, they will not tell you why, and I'm like, why not? And it's a privacy issue. I'm like, it's my
It's
application.
my
It's about
it's my
me.
application. Yeah.
But they did say, feel free to apply again. Do I need more experience? Do I need to work on something? Do I need to do anything? They're like, we can't tell you that.
No.
Might have been full. They might have had enough instructors.
Then tell me
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I won't bother reapplying.
That'd be good to know. Yeah, sorry, we're already at our allotted number of instructors
Too many
for the
too
year.
many Daves. on the payroll.
Mini
It could be.
Yeah.
These are the days.
We're maxed out on Dave's.
These
Yeah.
are the
Yeah.
days.
These are the days
I
that I
know.
Last weekend I went hunting, and it was kind of funny. So this is up near White Court, and went with a couple of buddies of mine, and we were going for grouse and deer, and we saw all kinds of grouse. We didn't see. Not only did we not see a deer, we didn't see a single deer track,
Ooh.
and we hiked 20 kilometers over the weekend.
Ooh.
Hmm.
And not a single deer track. Wild.
Wow.
Absolutely wild. Yeah, I don't think I've been to a part of the province where you could walk that much and not see a deer or deer tracks. It was odd. Yeah. But none.
Was
Some
this
coyote tracks?
farmer fields or bush?
No, it was like lease, like bush, lease lands and that kind of thing. But still,
yeah, like
zero deer.
wow.
Hmm.
We got a crap ton of grouse though. I think we came away with like, I don't know, 20-ish, and between the three of us, so bunch of grouse. Ate them there, brought them home. Wife made up some grouse pad thai and some
that
grouse
sounds-
soup.
That
Roast
would be
pad thai. That sounds good.
International
Yeah.
cuisine.
It was a good mix. Pardon me. I'm down 10 pounds now from before I got COVID. So
It's the COVID diet.
yeah.
That's only a pound
love
since
it.
last
Did you get
week,
sick?
though.
Did you
Yeah,
get sick during your hunting trip?
No.
No, he was sick before.
Just after.
I walked-
You were sick before.
Oh, before. No, before. Yeah. And I wasn't actually sick. Well, I wasn't sick for the hunting trip. Like I wasn't symptomatic or anything like that, other than can't taste anything and don't really feel like eating that much.
I'm curious. You sent us a picture. What did you end up doing with the rabbit?
That
Eating
was-
But stew. What'd you do?
Stewed it. Yeah, stewed it. On location.
Nice.
Yeah, I like rabbit. You just
Oh, yeah,
skin
you-
it. Super easy to skin, and the meat can be tough, but that's why you stew it. You just stew the crap out of it.
Yeah, everything's good if you stew it.
Raise.
Yeah, so grouse massacre. It was a lot colder than I thought it was going to be. One of the nights it was minus 16 overnight
Ooh.
Celsius for Kyle. Yeah, that's so pretty cold. I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit.
I think he still remembers.
There's a sliver still in there. Yeah.
He still remember.
It was cold. It was pretty cold, but we just doubled up on sleeping bags. I didn't even really turn the furnace on in the tent trailer until the morning when it's like time to get up. And we're like, ugh, I don't want to get out of the sleeping bags. Yeah. Everything got wet too, because like if you're breathing in a tent trailer, it's minus 16. Freaking everything gets humidity on it and frozen like hoarfrost and everything.
Yeah, see
Anywho.
that temperature, I'd have my wall tent with the wood stove.
You got a propane stove in that thing, but we didn't use it that much. We just used sleeping bags, and it was fine. It was fine. You never really catch up to the cold when it's that cold. You can have the furnace running like hours, and maybe it'll get to zero.
Doesn't help when you don't have insulation.
Yeah, no insulation, and not even really well sealed. Like you get a little bit of breeze, and also it just pulls the heat right out. Yeah. This came in. This is for my PAL courses. It's a Ruger PC carbine with the factory magazine in it. So I'll use that. I'll pull the
Nice.
firing pin out, and I still need to get that lever action.
Yeah, what are you gonna do for that?
There's a guy that's near here that has a busted ass one for $500, so I'm gonna buy that. Probably
How much you gonna offer him?
$100.
For you?
For
Will you take
Yeah.
5?
Yeah. For a broken lever action.
$100
mind you.
cash.
That's what I feel like that's what it should be, but
Like
no.
broken how?
Barrel's shut out, needs an extractor, needs an ejector, needs a spring, ejector spring, extractor.
See, that
spring.
should be like
So it's
100,
receiver.
maybe 200.
Yeah, that's a perfect
Sorry.
gun.
No,
course.
no, lever guns are stupid expensive
Expensive
right now.
right now.
Really?
It's hard to
I
get
should
'em.
Sell mine.
That's why I'm thinking like when they bring in those Chinese or Turkish or whatever those
Yeah.
other ones are, like there's a market for it.
Random
It's
Dave,
definitely a market.
what are you trying to sell?
Well, I've got
For
a
guns?
357, a Marlin 357 that I
Yeah.
really have never used. So
How
I'm
much?
thinking I
How
might
much,
sell it.
Dave?
What
How
is
much?
it? Is it
Friend
like
discount.
is
Come
it
on.
$500.
is it the
We won't pay
stainless?
$500. We'll pay way
No,
more than that.
It's blued with a very nice wood stock. It's got peep
Let's-
sights on it.
Let's talk.
Yeah, but $500 for a
Okay.
broken one or one that works that you just have to deactivate and then reactivate once you decide you want to do that.
Hey, Dave, we'll talk after.
Sounds good.
Slam fire
Tony-
swap.
Yeah,
It
Tony's
was-
asking if a Henry 22 lever would count. It would.
Jesus.
but
Okay.
the problem with a 22 lever is they chew up the rims on them. As people like use dummy ammo with it, it'll just mess up the 22 rims on it. So I want something that's center fire. I cut up like 100 slings for maple seed. So
I
make
saw
it up
that.
another
Thank you very
batch.
much.
Nice.
I just slice, and now I gotta sew on the steel H buckles on it. It's gonna be good. They're not
Because
gonna
the
break.
plastic ones.
They broke. Some of the
broke.
plastic ones are fine, but like you can't tell the quality, and it comes from China, and all of a sudden it's like you get a good batch, you get a bad batch, and sometimes
Especially if you do like a winter seed.
yeah, those plastic ones wouldn't work in a winter seed.
Plastic Chinesium is even worse than metal Chinesium.
Sometimes.
Mm.
The Turnian 870 up there,
Mhm.
and I got a Remington 870 for my buddy on loan, and I did part mix and match. See what fits where. Most of the stuff fits across the two of them. You can swap the trigger packs on them.
Oh, nice.
Barrels kind of they run like a longer tube on theirs. But there's another way of doing it where you put a spacer in there, and one of the ones has a spacer, and that one worked. And so I got the Rem 870 barrel, a longer one with a choke, and I put it on this one, and I put an extension on it, and I put a Magpul stock on it too.
Okay, so 870 barrels will go on it.
That's correct.
Oh,
I'll show you
nice.
what I had to do here.
Nice.
So Rem 870 stocks do work, as you can see. This is the tactical one. I just stripped all the tactical stuff off of it because I need to run a bead sight, and therefore I can't run a iron sight on the back because it's not going to hit. So this is a Rem 870 barrel. This is the included pump. This is a extension tube from I don't know. I bought a bunch of them for $5 because they were cheap, and I didn't even own an 870 at the time. Yeah. So I think I can get 8 in the tube plus 1 in the chamber, so 9 with this thing.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not going to be as good as my like dedicated 3-gun hunting shotgun or 3-gun shotgun, but that gun is also $1,500 plus. I don't know, call it $500 of extra stuff on it. So, that's the shotgun I'm going to run. I set up my belts for my kids. I had to add 2 more links to the stupid belt for them. Those Lynx belts, if you have a kid that's getting into shooting, get the Lynx belt, get enough links that you can go out to like a 32 or 34, and then just like add them as they grow, because that is the best way of getting a good fitting belt without having to throw them out every 2 years. Yeah.
Did you get the ratchet links yet for them?
Not yet. I want to, but like the shipping's killer, so I don't want to. Yeah. I don't want to just buy that. I got to buy some other stuff. So, but yeah, it's that's the way to go. They're going to be running all different gear than me, so that we don't share gear and it's nice and fast. So, my youngest is going to run a 22 rifle, 20 gauge shotgun, and a 22 1911 pistol. Nice. The older one will be running the Glock 34 for a pistol, my WSMCR for the rifle, and then my A5 for the shotgun. I'm going to run the Turnian 870. He's going to be running my good gear mostly, right? I'm going to be running the Turnian 870, my Shadow 2, because I don't feel like changing out the holster. And for the rifle, I'm not quite sure.
High point.
No?
High point? I don't have enough mags. Just got the 1.5 rounder.
It's okay. We'll get through the 5 anyway. So.
Yeah. I could run the Ruger PC carbine. I could run my SKS. I could run the M1 Garand. I might run the SKS. Maybe I'll see if I can. We'll have to see. Yeah, I could run the SKS or the M1 Garand. Not a lot else looks good for that kind of thing. No, nothing else looks good over there for that kind of thing. So SKS or M1 Garand. I'm just going to run pocket ammo, I think, and not worry about it. I'm not worried about going fast because I've got my kids with me, so I just want to make sure they have a good time. Oh, yeah. And Kyle, you reminded me you were talking about slings there. I'm like, oh, yeah, we're supposed to bring a sling for this. So I was just grabbing some slings here so I can throw one of those on all of the rifles, I guess. Yeah. I could do that. I've got like cups, cutie push button cups on like all my like rifles I use seriously. They can all take a sling fairly easily. Yeah, I guess I have to start booking some PAL courses because that's coming up. That's about it for me. Dave, what about you?
I went hunting, and because my deer rifles and moose rifles are all prohibited now, I had to use my non-weapon of war, my World War II Lee Enfield. So that was my
Sorry, just the irony.
I know, right? All my specific civilian purpose built rifles got prohibited as weapons of war. So now I have to use an actual weapon of war with a 10-round magazine.
Yes.
So, yeah, there you go. So we went way up north. We went up to Long Lac moose hunting.
Oh, really?
We almost hit 2 moose on the way in. A big
cow,
female, and big cow, and a about 2-year-old male. And we didn't see another one for the rest of the week. We did have a right, and it was the day before season, or those moose would have been dosed. We had a bull about on the Tuesday. We went up on Thursday, did a little bit of grouse hunting. I was out hunting birds like every moment. We weren't hunting moose. I was out hunting birds. So I shot a ton of birds. We shot, I think between the 5 of us, we shot 25 over 4 days or 5 days. Had a bull across the swamp, maybe 75 yards away, and just could not talk him into coming out and playing. He just was not having any of it. I think he winded one of us. And that was it. We saw lots of sign. Talked to a CO because only one guy up there had shot a moose in our area. So I don't know. There were a lot of guys up there hunting. Hopefully the bow guys have had better. The bow guys were there before. Maybe they cleaned them out. I have no idea. So a CO. So it's kind of funny. Well, 2 of our guys got sick. I got sick after we got back. Everybody got sick. I got sick when we got back, so that was good. But we pulled 2 trailers up, and I'll tell you, if you're pulling 2 big 5th wheel trailer or tow trailers for 12 hours each, that's a lot of money in fuel. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The little tent trailer was like 14 liters per 100 kilometers. I don't know what the 5th wheel is going to be, but not that.
No, I don't think we weren't getting that.
And
so
it's not flat going up to Long Lac either. Nope.
So between we split it. So the way we did it was we everybody threw their bills in, and then we just split it between everybody. So it was about $1,000 each. So we spent almost $5,000 in fuel.
Oh, wow.
So 2 trucks with trailers. One guy had a toy hauler with his ATV in it. The other guy brought a bigger trailer, and then I was with my brother-in-law, and we brought a side-by-side up on a trailer. So 3 trucks, 24 hours worth of driving, a little more than that, probably 27 hours worth of driving. So that was a lot of fuel.
Wow.
I guess I'm not going to complain about the 2.5 hour drive I did.
No. Well, these guys had hunted up there before, and it was pretty good, and there weren't many people up there. We were north of Long Lac. We were 38 kilometers back on the logging roads. It's just ridiculously huge up there, and there are lakes everywhere and trails everywhere, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It is just beautiful up there. And then it rained the whole time. We had 1.5 days of really nice weather. Other than that, it rained, but you know what? It was awesome when the skies cleared at night up there. There is 0 light pollution, and you can see everything, and it is gorgeous. I haven't seen the Milky Way like that in years. So it's like looking into the face of the universe. It is amazing.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so that was good. And I shot a ton of birds. Most birds I've ever shot on a trip before, I think, was 2. And I was just like, you couldn't walk down a trail there without stepping on birds. And most of them, people don't hunt birds up there. So they would like walk at the trail and look at you, and maybe they'd fly up into a tree, pink, and just pick them off. So I shot I used my gray birch 1022 that I built a couple of years ago for hunting. And that thing is just rails them in. It's awesome. I fired 40 shots at 25 yards, and it was about the size of a little bigger than a quarter, maybe a loony. Like really, really accurate rifle. So it was fantastic. The other guys were using 410s and 20 gauge shotguns, and they did well as well. So that was good. I put a BX trigger on the 1022. That's freaking awesome. That's a great upgrade. They had them on sale there a while ago, and I bought one for $100, and that's well worth the money. What else did I do? I got home, cleaned my guns, hugged my AR-15s as usual. Buddy of mine was getting rid of some ammo, so I picked up 300 rounds of 303 soft point. So that'll be that 303 for the rest of my life. So I'm good. And dropped by the Ontario Rifle Association. We had our last event of the year on Sunday. That was the sporting rifle event that Chris W. runs. And apparently very well attended. They had a ton of people come in, and they shot it out at Borden on the 1,000-yard range on Mons. So they shot the match in the morning back to 500 yards, 100, 3, and 5 with movers, deliberates, and pop-up targets. And then in the afternoon, they did a practice, and they went all the way back to 1,000 yards just for fun. Anybody who wanted to come out could shoot it. So they had a lot of people that had never shot that far before and managed to get hits on the target. So it's pretty awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there's nothing like seeing the smile on somebody's face when they drop around in a kilometer and see that big indicator come up on the target.
Yeah, for sure.
So that was very cool. And that was it.
Awesome.
You gotta pass it to the next person, Dave.
I don't. Who's the?
He was the last person.
Oh,
Adrian.
I think we're good. Yeah.
Adrian already went. Everybody already went.
Yeah.
Okay.
My part.
Yeah.
Are you?
It's Kyle,
Yeah.
then Mo, then Kelly, then Adriel, then Randy.
Yeah.
Dave. We're
I think
good.
that's all of us.
Everyone
Yeah,
talked.
1, 2, 3.
Who else? Who else are we asking?
Do I have to take off my socks
Trevor?
and count? Okay, let's move on.
Get Trevor in here. Do we have time?
Upcoming events. If he wants to come on. Upcoming events. It's cold. There's no upcoming events. There's a Chaz 3-gun match this weekend, but it's cold, so people are going to be whiny babies and not want to come out.
There's an IPSC match happening at FRPC on the first Saturday of December.
There's probably something on our Slamfire Discord. Lloydminster Gun and Sportsman Show is now taking vendors for their January gun show. That's January 20th to 21st in Lloydminster.
Hey,
More information on Lloyd Fish and Game. And Superstition Mountain, we already talked about. Let's move on. News. I saw some places fear-mongering about this and then not correcting it. And I think it was on purpose.
Oh, probably.
There was the announcement that the U.S. was freezing export of guns and ammo.
oh yeah.
Oh no!
But-
Oh no!
Canada's exempt.
No, never mind.
I wanted to keep it all.
Greedy Americans.
Almost. Well, the funny thing is, okay, so their list of exempted countries look like all the typical ones, and the ones that aren't in the, and Ukraine and Israel, they're still sending ammo there. I don't really know who's left that would be like a major buyer of that kind of stuff.
Russia.
Okay, but they weren't selling
doing
stuff to
anything.
Russia anyways.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, I don't know who's in the list that they were selling guns to that ended up maybe getting into the wrong hands. Maybe they sold some and they ended up in the Palestine v Israel conflict, and they didn't like whose side they ended up on. Maybe that's what happened.
Could be.
I don't know. Anywho, Canada's exempt. No worries.
Woohoo! I have a
Getting into new
question.
guns. Okay.
No, before we get into new guns, did
Mhm.
anybody see recently there was an advertisement for jobs at the Hornady powder place?
I did not know.
Did not.
I saw something recently about that. I'm going, there might be some jobs available. Don't know why.
Too dark, Kelly. Too
It was
dark.
it was a legit post. I'm going, oh.
Well, I mean, realistically, they probably are looking for some people.
What are the qualifications? Firefighting?
Ouch.
Are they looking for people or are they looking for people? I'm horrible. God, I'm a horrible
Fire,
person.
I missed the joke there.
There
So
was,
horny, they
there was an
they had an
explosion and the
Oh,
person died.
they're
Yeah.
looking for people.
Kelly's dancing on their graves.
Terrible.
That's what we do.
Same.
Well done.
They
Everything's a
might be
joke.
still finding people. Mike, thank you. I knew I could
Piecework.
count on your support.
Make a piecework joke.
No.
All right, let's get into new
I
gun
saw
stuff.
that. I thought it was
That would be
interesting.
terrible.
New Gun Stuff is brought to you by Bullseye North. Need a new boomstick? Bullseye North is Canada's shooting superstore and a proud supporter of the CCFR with a wide selection of guns and top trending gear for any shooter. They've got free shipping if you spend $250 unless you buy some. Actually, I think they cover ammo too. Some exclusions apply. You can't be like in the middle of nowhere. Anyways, they got that. It's awesome.
That's mostly
And-
Canada. Sorry.
Yeah, most of Canada. If you're from somewhere that's not Canada, you can't
Everywhere
get it.
north of southern Ontario. It's the middle of nowhere.
I think in order to be considered part of Canada, you have to have elected Liberal MPs. And if you don't, they'll just give money away to other provinces and not you because to heck with you.
Well,
But they'll still
you didn't-
collect money.
I
you didn't
am.
vote
No,
for it, so that
They won't
shouldn't
even
fall.
do that, Kyle. They'll just like if they'll find a way to not tax you. Like maybe they'll be like, hey, you know what? Heating oil is we're just gonna not collect carbon tax on that anymore.
Oh, isn't that
That
interesting?
Was for the
This is a
environment.
gun show. We're not going to talk about carbon tax, but hello.
Let's talk about primers.
All of a
Bullseye
sudden.
North has primers. I got all sorts of them. Still free shipping over $250. So if you wanted like some bench rest for CCI small pistol or muzzle loader primers or shotgun primers, 209s, they got all that stuff.
No carbon tax on the primers, right?
There is
nothing.
actually because you're paying for the fuel that is used to deliver it, which has
Yes.
carbon tax on it. So
Thanks
yes,
for looking at the
correct.
upside there, Dave.
Yeah.
carbon tax
yeah.
on everything. Screw you.
Okay, so they got that. And then Tesro has a Glock 22 conversion by Taxol Tactical Solutions. It'll turn your Glock into a 22. So
For
this is,
$760? Is that
yeah.
is that
Isn't that like the price of
is that
a
good?
Glock?
Like that's the price of a Glock.
Yeah.
Okay, go buy one. Go buy a Glock.
Exactly.
Go buy a
Conversion.
Glock
Yeah, fair.
22
Okay,
handgun.
okay.
Oh, you can.
Conversion can. Yeah, conversion.
Okay,
is
I'll
good.
go out tomorrow and buy one.
You're going
No,
to get
Too
expelled.
far. We're gonna
Sorry.
direct your hate mail to
hurtful.
slamfireradio@gmail.com. Mention Kyle specifically.
Care of,
Hey,
care of.
Say hurtful things about Kyle. We will read them on the air.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, they got this. So for all of us poor schmuck Canadians who can't just go out and buy a 22 pistol, you can get a 22 conversion kit for
It's
your
like
Glock.
getting another pistol.
I remember when they were under 400
Sort of.
bucks.
I was gonna say I remember them being cheaper, but I'm old, so maybe I'm just you kids.
Days are-
overpriced.
That's
22
wild.
kids.
Days are over, guys. Those days are over.
Uh,
You guys heard about those X95s that turned out to be prohib conversions for
Mhm.
full auto ones? That,
Yeah.
that, you know,
Yeah.
matter.
I saw that there's a way that they're going to be doing things. So this is SFRC. They're saying we're handling the return process and deactivation for all of them that were imported by North Silva. We're not handling ones imported by Impact Outdoors. I haven't heard of that distributor, but anyways, all the North Silva ones are going through SFRC. If you have an X95 MSW and received a revocation letter, email them. They'll guide you through the process. They'll need a serial number. They'll send it to you.
Ooh. You can keep
can
the
send it to
DWAT
them.
afterwards.
They can de-wad it and mail it back to you, or you get store credit.
Nice.
One of those two.
Okay.
Nice.
Or you can just
keep mine.
surrender it to the cops and get nothing. That's an option.
I
It's
do
not a good
store
option.
credit.
It's fucking terrible option.
Well, it's
Go
good to
for
hear
the
that
other
something's
ones.
actually being done that's actually fair to the owner.
Yeah, I think the in-store
I wonder if
credit is-
anyone's going to keep the DWAT, because I'm like, it's a DWAT prohib. Those are usually actually worth a lot of money. I don't know. Like
Why
DWAT
don't
AKs
you,
and
why
stuff
don't you
are
just
worth a
like
lot.
return it and just go buy a Tavor that's not prohibited?
That's
You
what
can
I'm
shoot. That's what I would do.
pondering.
Indeed. Anyways, that's what, if any of you guys have the wrong X95, that's what you got to do with it. Tony posted a couple on our Discord. I thought I'd like rip through them here. Cabela's has some sales stuff on their Wild Wednesday. I don't know who's spending $12.80 for Remington 783 synthetic heavy barrel, but that's a very stupid price that I don't think anyone should pay. Even
No.
$6.99 is kind of a lot. Okay, this is a heavy barrel, 16.5-inch barrel. Why
Steady.
short barrel and heavy? Why?
I got a heavy barrel 16-inch AR-15.
Okay, but that's an AR-15.
It's still
I
a gun that
understand
shoots
that.
bullets, Adriel.
I understand that, but this is a 7-pound gun, but also
Heavy
with a short
barrel,
barrel, so you're not
short.
getting any ballistics out of the thing.
No.
Anywho, that's on sale. Here's something I'm more excited about. Cabela's has their shooting mats on
Get your
sale
mats.
today. $49, $49.98.
I would like to see how many people have bought this based on our recommendations, or because I see them. I
Everywhere.
see at least 5
Maple
or
Seed.
6 at a Maple Seed. We
Maple
should
Seed's
be,
probably sold thousands of these things.
yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing with Ruger 1022s. I want to cut.
Use our link.
Otherwise, I start recommending something else.
Yeah,
AliExpress,
right?
everyone.
Yeah.
Use our link if you're buying them from Cabela's, folks. Go to the slamfireradio.com website.
Yes,
Click the
please.
link.
Yeah, do that.
So half price. That's awesome.
Hey,
Thank you,
they've got
Matt.
the Savage Axis XP stainless on sale for $5.99, but there's also a rebate. There's a $40 USD. Yeah, $40 USD rebate on that. Okay, look, that other rifle was 7 pounds. This one's 6.5, and it has a 22-inch barrel. You're gonna get
but
way
it's a
better
pencil
ballistics
barrel.
out of this thing. Yeah, but
For
the
like
length
2
of it.
rounds.
Okay, that's all I need. That's all
So
I
it
need is
depends
a
on
couple
where you're
rounds.
shooting it, Adriel. I mean, a 16-inch in the bush when you're shooting 100 yards, that's fine. Be a handy
Yeah.
little gun to drag around.
Okay, but then get a 16-inch thin barrel so it's nice and light and you can like take it through
But
the
what
bush.
if I have 100 deer? What if hunting season is like a video game in the arcade where there's like deer everywhere and I just have to mow them down?
Okay, you've described a situation where this heavy barrel short is the correct option, Dave.
All right, good.
The zombie deer situation.
Zombie deer apocalypse.
Great for that. Yeah.
Also the name of my punk band.
Anyways, there's that. This has got to be one of the cheapest 6.5 PRCs. They got the Savage 110 tactical bolt action, $750.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Comes with a 10-round AICS mag. Hey, weren't we just talking about shooting zombies? That's what you need for zombies is a 10-round magazine.
Yeah.
Not that crappy little 420 MOA EGW rail. You could be shooting deer from like a kilometer away and keeping up with them.
Yeah, I may have to look at that. That's actually an attractive-looking little gun.
And
those
I was
freaking
considering
those
it.
magazines like $120 just for the mag. I know they're expensive.
Depends. I'm pretty sure MDT has an AICS compatible mag that's like way cheaper. It's like a polymer one and a steel one. They're both very, very reasonable. Actually, magazine.
I got one in I have one of those downstairs. It's safe. They're heavy.
$80. $80. Yeah, $80 for a 10-rounder steel. $45 for a 10-rounder plastic. Fantastic.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Do they make 20 Why do they not make 20 rounders?
I don't know. It'd be
Make
really
20s.
long, I guess.
Never seen one.
Extend one. There's no limit on bolt actions.
Exactly.
3D print a little magazine floor extender on it. Yeah. Or just get another 10-rounder. This one's got a window on it. Oh, and it's got steel upper. Look, this one's steel on the top.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
Neat.
Yeah, those are fantastic price.
Neat.
Hey, Mo, you were talking about 9mm.
Yeah, I've
Got
seen
the
that.
STV Scorpio for $350 right now. which is pretty similar to what they were before. Anywho. And some people have had bad experience with those, but I didn't. Seemed to run fine for me. Oh, that's all the gun deals that we saw. Let's get into the main topic. Thanks again to Wilson and Giltaca for coming on and giving us the results of that federal court case. Let's get on to the listener feedback. Al, do you want to read this one from Josh?
Sure. You had a listener last week asking about selling a WK-180 and purchasing a Troy PAR. I did exactly this with my Gen 1 recently. I don't shoot 3-gun, it's more just plinking, so speed is not my first priority. So far, I'm happy with the Troy. It is not the smoothest cycling pump action, and I'm only 500 rounds in, but I haven't had any issues. The first 500 rounds with the WK were a different story. I had one goose egg on my forehead from the charging handle breaking and a second near miss.
Sorry. That's
Anyhow.
Stop it.
Anyhow, thanks for doing what you do on Slamfire. It's a great podcast. Lastly, the court ruling this week was unfortunate, but not surprising. Hopefully the CCFR applies the appeal, though that will likely be futile. That's all for now. Adios.
I don't know if it's going to be futile. I don't know if you guys read the ruling, but her ruling on the
There was nothing.
FRT was bad. The FRT is flat out like the feds having their cake and eating it too. They're like, no. These other guys are all the decision makers. CBSA, they make their own decisions. They consult the FRT. They can consult it, but they make the decisions. But there's no one at the CBSA that's making a decision on what's prohibited or what's not. They take the word of the FRT as law.
Yeah.
So that shouldn't have gone through the way it did. Never mind the you're not owed any procedural fairness because the governor in general can just do whatever, and whatever they say is law. Like that was unfair. But the FRT bit was incorrect.
Okay, show of hands. How many of you are surprised?
Disappointed, so I'm going to put my hand halfway
For
up.
the listeners, nobody raised their hands.
Yeah, no.
I thought that at
We're
least
making
one of the
shock
things
faces.
would go our way because there was a lot of things in that list, and there were some where it's like, okay, is this does it violate the charter? No, our charter sucks. Yeah, you can just say notwithstanding and violate any of those charter things.
Yeah.
So yeah, of course our charter sucks. That was never going to save us.
No.
But I thought the FRT one for sure would have been like more like obvious.
I thought there would have been more description on why the decision was made.
I was surprised by that too, that there was not, like, you see this all the time when there's a court, there's a case, and they'll hand back like dozens of pages of a decision and explain exactly what the rationale was. But this was almost like the government explaining why they banned the guns.
Yeah.
Because
You see that with a Supreme Court.
Because we can.
Supreme Court decision will be like that. They'll give more justification because that is the final ruling. It has to be good.
I am going to say that the justice, they determined that they were going to give a decision by October 30th. They did that. I think that they also played it safe from the perspective. I think that they knew that there would be an appeal, and I think that there will be appeal. There's no decisions yet, but there will be. Whether whoever was going to win, the other party was going to appeal.
Mm-hmm.
I think the government knows that. There's nothing else that we can do. We're going to appeal it. That's it.
Yep. Appeal it. Keep
So,
fighting.
By the time that court case comes in, like
there will be
maybe there'll be election.
There'll
If
be a
there's an
new-
election, there's a moot. Yeah.
hopefully there will be a new government. Now, that being said, judges' comments, I have a ton of fun when reading those sometimes. Just going through and looking at judges' comments, and I'm looking at file reviews. It's just like, oh my God, I can't believe they said that. They'll say anything and everything. This one didn't say all that much. So
What we really need to get rid of, other than a lot of stuff in our laws, is that little sneaky provision in there that says that anything that is determined in the opinion of the governor and council to not be a sporting firearm, not can be proven, not doesn't have a history of, in the opinion of. Opinions don't need facts.
Everybody
opinions
has,
that you made
just
up.
like assholes, everybody has an opinion, right?
Well, and
Yeah.
I think, especially after listening to the hearing and that, this judge just wanted to play it safe. Going through the hearing, she had no clue what she was being told, and so she just wanted to play it safe. And I can't make a ruling, so obviously government knows best.
No.
Yeah.
So you mentioned the key words there. She had no idea.
Yeah.
She did ask some questions.
Yeah, she asked some very good questions, trying to understand exactly what this was
but
all about.
She doesn't understand.
So
Well, and just keep in mind, like a lot of the legislation around this is just not good. Like that opinion bit, that is law.
Bullshit.
It's law that the government in general can just use their opinion on this stuff. And
It's very poorly written legislation. And
Have you seen
It's
our
weasel
laws?
wording, that bit of it. It's total weasel wording. And it's funny because I'll talk to hunting friends and they're like, well, look at this bit. It says in their opinion if it's good for hunting. I'm like, but it's literally opinion.
Yeah.
It would be like the word reasonable.
Yeah. Whose opinion?
Yeah. Anywho.
In my opinion, everything short of artillery is fine for hunting. So
Yeah.
I think that's reasonable.
I'm gonna hook up a howitzer to the back of my tactical Tiggy one.
Sure.
There you go.
You just have to wait for the next federal
Just
election.
pop the back hatch, and there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just need a federal election. That will solve this problem. I believe it will solve this problem.
Yeah.
The good
That's, I
thing
think, the
is
best.
that they're not taking the guns until after the next election from the sounds of it, because they want to use it as a wedge issue.
Oh,
But
yeah.
hopefully that means that after the next election, the guns are still here and we can start using them again. Whereas if they just seize them all, then we're fucked. You're never going to see those guns again. You're done.
So sporting rifle says I would not count on the CPC either. Well, you know what?
We have to. We can't.
That's all that we got.
We have to count on them. There's no other option. No other party's gonna give us
a chance to get in there to do any change
at all. At all. You can't.
They said that they would overturn C-21 as well. They said they'd overturn the OAC and overturn C-21. We don't know if we'll get like any of the things we'd really want, like simplified classification or like a rewrite of the criminal code that pertains to firearms. But that at the very least, they promised to overturn C-21 and the OAC.
And to Pierre's credit, so far he is not shying away from the topic. He brings it up and he's not like, oh, we'll see. And like he's talking about it and he's not afraid to talk about it. We've had people in the past that as soon as things got a little dicey, they backed off. They backed off.
Backpedaled on it.
And you could tell he's confident in what he says. And not just the gun stuff, he's confident in everything. So I can see him not being rattled by it come, when the election starts really rolling.
Well, I think he's the strongest leader we've had in a number of years of a political party. On the same token, gun owners got to stop like every 2 seconds. He's got to say it flat out. Like liberals bring up guns as a wedge issue to get in office. So why don't we know what they're going to do and then leave it, quit bringing it up to be front and center and let everything else be front and center and get the liberals out.
Are we a political podcast, by the the way?
Yes, we are because we own
have
guns.
To be.
So
we're a bunch of rednecks
Kelly.
spouting BS. I don't know.
We have to be because when it comes to the current situation, we're never going to get a fair shot. They had the Mass Casualty Commission. Our side presented plenty of good evidence why the guns are not, behind any of that. And they came out and what did they say? They ruled that we need more gun bans, basically.
Yeah,
that was bullshit.
And it's bullshit. And then it's like it's frustrating because it's like you're not getting a fair shot going into it. Right.
It's the bullshit asymmetry principle. If you look that up, if you've never heard of it, it's that somebody can throw bullshit out and the amount of effort to refute the bullshit is exponentially more than saying the bullshit. So they throw out AR-15s need to be banned. They're meant for killing people. Well, here's 2 hours worth of arguments as to why that's bullshit. Everybody stop listening after that.
And they just scream, guns are bad, and that's all they need to say. So
Emotions.
Emotions, yeah.
Because feelings.
Okay, on a final note, just hold on. Politicians will tell you everything you want to hear during a campaign. Pierre is already campaigning. Of course he is, because an election's coming up. By the way, Max Bernier, he also has that same thing. You know how a politician is lying? His mouth is actually
But
moving,
what
right?
is the
Yeah, that's all
alternative?
of 'em.
My
But
thing is, what is the alternative?
what is the alternative? And
Yeah.
Mike said it best. PPC will tell you they're going to get you everything that you want, but the reality is they will get you nothing because they have no chance in hell.
They won't win. They won't
Yeah.
win.
No, zero
Just
seats.
stop.
Yeah.
We'll probably lose a couple of listeners.
There's only two parties that
Oh.
can win a federal election, and that's what it comes down to.
And how do you like those apples?
Exactly.
So what you're saying is
That
we
was
need to have a
great.
coup.
Yeah.
No.
Stop.
Revolution.
Radios for educational purposes.
Yeah. there's-
As we
No,
are
not
from
even for
Quebec, we are
educational
not allowed
purposes.
to try overthrowing the government.
Entertainment purposes, Dave. The show's for
Entertainment,
entertainment
yes,
purposes,
not
not
It's pure
education
entertainment.
purposes.
It would be
Mo is
pure
the only one
entertainment.
who lives in a place where he's allowed to talk about overthrowing the federal government with no penalty.
Yeah.
That's fine for Quebecers to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wherever
Kyle, do you
now,
want to take us into YouTube comments?
Absolutely. So we have from Superfan Tony, we have a few couple comments on last week's episode. It says, I believe Lee will get you upgraded to the new Auto Prime for 50% of MSRP, even if you are holding on to an old broken Auto Prime. And then
What,
says
really?
for the
Mine's not even that broken though. But you're saying I can get a new one for 50%?
try it.
I guess I have to.
And then
I already
for
have
the
3 hand primers
response,
though.
I think this is the Smith & Wesson response. The upper lower split looks unique. We should be good to go. Might be the new option for race PCC in Canada.
On the FPC. Yeah.
007 Cantos comments, here in Nova Scotia, most areas you have to be almost close enough to hug a deer to see it.
It's true.
So you need like a knife, just a sharp
Yeah.
knife.
Just slit the throat.
Spear. Just drop
Yeah,
it
no,
on
you
the
give it a
tree.
hug.
No, you can't
Give it a
spear
hug
him.
and
You
you
can't spear him.
You're not allowed. It's
Anti-hunters
Yeah,
argue that you can't use bows, you can't use guns and that, but you start spearing, they get excited too. So
How about pits with spikes in the bottom of them?
no, mano a mano.
swinging
Fist to fist.
log. Swinging log trap.
Granted, I bet you if you ripped out
We've
the
been
foot,
watching
they'd still say
Predator
something
much.
because it's not humane or something. Yeah.
But it's awesome. It's like some Indiana
Yeah.
Jones shit.
Yeah.
Anywho.
And we have a comment on the MC312 review and deep dive. And DMAG says, I thought the MC312 was a M4 replica. Is this not the case? And I would say no, it's not the case. It's more of an M2 clone.
Yeah.
M4's gas operated, and the tube and barrel fitment, and that's all funky, and that it's definitely more of an M2 replica. And that is it for YouTube comments.
Oh, I should have gotten what people bought from our Cabela's link for last month, but I didn't get it. So
Yeah.
Next week.
I'm not doing it next week. Yeah.
Seems like an
We
next
gotta-
week issue.
Yeah, I think
We got
so.
an affiliate link on the side of slamfireradio.com. Just don't like it's a picture of, I think it says like Bass Pro and
Bass
Cabela's. Click on
go
that
and
thing.
buy those Savage Axis. Go and buy those Cabela mats.
Shooting
Go
mats.
and do
Yeah.
it. Do it. Do it
Yeah.
now. And tell us you bought them.
Numbers up. Rookie numbers.
Yeah. If you want to support us, head on over to Player or Patreon. Support us there. Shoutouts? Oh, yeah. If you want to send an email to the show, send it to slamfireradio@gmail.com. That's for hate mail or love.
Yeah, the
email.
Kyle.
Yeah.
Either
Direct
one.
to Kyle.
Yeah.
Say bad
Direct the
things
hate mail
about
to Kyle.
We will
Yeah.
read them on the air.
Yeah, I'm getting all the hate mail
And for
this week.
Kelly's inappropriate jokes, don't miss that. Don't make
Oh,
Yeah,
no, they're
hate mail
fine.
for those two.
Our
Yeah,
listeners, they understand that.
I think they do.
Yeah, the
I
best
think they do.
jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Shoutouts?
Yep, I got one.
Go.
Well, okay. So I was going to give a shout out to Tracey and Rod, obviously, for coming on tonight, and also for representing us tomorrow with the Senate. But I also want to give a huge shout out to our lawyers. They did actually presented a really good case, and unfortunately, the judge's decision wasn't favorable, obviously, but they worked their asses off for us. So yeah, I just want to give a huge shout out to them because they did a great job, and especially Michael Loberg. He's been very vocal and he's been working his tush off too. I'm sure that he's going to be thankful that I said tush. But yeah, just wanted to say thank you to all the lawyers.
Patootie.
He's kind of cutie patootie. Yeah, he's a very nice guy too.
That's how adult men like to have themselves described.
Cutie patootie.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Love it.
Aren't
We
you
love
a
it.
cutie patootie?
Kyle?
Yeah, I want to shout out the Eddy County Sheriffs for having me out for their shoot, and crew in advance, the crew tomorrow for having me out, and yeah, let me shoot with him.
Token Canadian.
Yeah. Dave?
Same as Kelly for the CCFR and the whole legal team there. Thank you so much, guys. This is awesome, and very much look forward to seeing how it goes in the Supreme Court. We'll see how that works out. And thank you to Dean, Barry, Matthew, and Stan, the guys that invited me up to come moose hunting with them. Thanks so much, guys. It was a great week.
I'm going to give a shout out to Thomas and Will, my hunting buddies over the weekend. They didn't drive 24 hours like you did, like your guys did. But
That's
I didn't
a
have to
long
drive.
It's a long way to drive to hunt.
It's Ontario.
It seemed like a good idea, but 12 hours doesn't even get you part way out. We weren't even in I guess that's not even really northern Ontario.
No,
that's like
it's not.
Northern southern Ontario.
Mm.
Yeah.
Ontario's big.
It's true.
Russ's comment made me laugh. Sorry.
It's because I keep a mic on my keyboard.
Yeah. It's mic'd up.
Russ's comment is amazing. Dave's mic sucks except for when he types loud as hell.
Yeah.
Maybe I just need maybe I just need my I need to raise my octave a couple tones on my voice, and then my mic would sound better when I talk.
He's furiously typing a letter to the editor.
Yes,
of,
and
Toronto
run
Stars.
a gate so that your keyboard doesn't activate your mic.
Or we'll just send you a headset.
Why do we do that?
Yeah, let's just do that. Let's just do that.
All right.
Join us on Discord. Watch us on Facebook and YouTube and Player and all the other places we haven't been banned yet. Join the CCFR. I'll see you next week.
Let's wait for C11.
Not everybody.
Ah,
Hey.
Good night, everyone.
fuck the government. Okay, what?